Hi and welcome to my channel. I am Leorah and I help individuals like yourself to discover and reveal their light within. How can the energy of this week help us? I'm going to give you an example that you probably know all too well out of your own personal experience. And that is, why is it that when we're single and we're looking for a partner, it seems like nobody's asking for a number, nobody's really interested, there's nothing really going on, but because we're seeking a partner with a very strong intention. And then as soon as we have a partner at our side, it's like something becomes really attractive about us. And all of a sudden, guys are asking for our telephone numbers and we're getting asked out on dates and we have to say, sorry, I'm taken. Where were you last month when I was free, when it was a drought? Where were you, And so the question is, why is this? It has to do with the energy of desiring and wanting, but then letting go. And that's what this weekly energy is giving us. It's giving us this space to rest, this space to say, okay, I've done everything I can. I've, put out my resume if we're looking for a job. I've put maybe my profile on a dating app if I'm looking for a partner, or, going out and being amongst people, going to meets and greets, or, whatever. As soon as we do our part and we then let go, that letting go is the energy of this week. That letting go and letting the Creator. We are co-creators. So we have to let the Creator do His part. And His part is the when and the how. And as soon as we start feeling anxious on the inside, as soon as let's say we're looking for a new home. I know several people right now looking for a new home. Let's say we're looking for a new home and we're, going and calling the realtors and trying to find that perfect home for our family. That's a very important thing, and it's a desire that that the universe wants to fulfill for us. Okay, so we're looking for this home and we're calling the realtors, we're going and looking at places, and it just seems like nothing is opening up. And then what happens, especially if your lease is about to run out in the next, let's say, 15 days, you start getting anxious. You start getting worried. You start, trying to manipulate and control things yourself and trying to get things to move along. And this anxious feeling, this feeling of like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm running out of time. This is the moment where we let go. We say, okay, Creator, obviously, it's time for you to step up and do your part, because I've done everything I can do and I don't see any other options for me at this time. If you give me another option, if you give me another step to take, I'm more than happy to take that. But other than that, I'm handing the baton off over to you and you can take over from here. And then something amazing happens, and then we rest, and then we sit back and we go into our certainty, our absolute certainty. And I find it so interesting that was the energy from last week, being in this absolute certainty, and, coming over into this week to being into the resting mode and to doing everything we have done and we can do, and that's in our power, and then resting, then stopping. It reflects the 6 days of creation, and on the 7th day, the Creator rested. And the Creator rests all the time. The Creator doesn't have to move. There is no motion there. But it symbolizes for us, and it gives us an indicator of how we are supposed to manifest our desires. If you have a desire, like I've said before, if you have a desire, it means that thing that you are desiring is already there, because the desire is just the effect. It's not the cause. The cause is that thing is there and wanting you more than you're wanting it, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a job you're looking for, whether it be a home you're looking for. That thing is desiring you, and that's what caused and has awakened this desire within you. Okay, so that is the effect. And so if we start just lining up with this thing that is desiring us, and we take the steps and we do the things. I'm not saying just sit on the couch and say, you know what? Okay, Creator, bring it about. That's not what I'm saying. We have to do our part. We are co-creators, but we have to let go at a certain point. And that point is when we start feeling the pressure. That point is when we start getting anxious. That point is when we start wanting to control things. That is the point where we have to learn to let go and rest and take that break. So the Creator, I always like that expression that the Creator is a gentleman and he's not going to force his help upon us. So what does that mean exactly? Well, if I get to that point where I'm feeling anxious and I feel like, I'm running out of time. Time is always a great issue that the ego loves to play with. I'm running out of time to make this happen. Although, we see more than enough examples of how things can change in the blink of an eye. In a blink of an eye. But then we stress about time. Okay, so we have to get our perspective right. We have to know that we're not under time stress. It doesn't matter if your lease is running out in 15 days. It doesn't matter. In a blink of an eye, everything can change. And so we come into that place of certainty. We come into that place of, okay, Creator is a gentleman. He's not going to force his help upon us. So if we choose to try to manipulate and control the how and the when, then we're taking over the Creator's job, basically. And he will let us do that. It's not going to make us happy, though, and it's going to cause chaos in our lives. And so that's this week's energy, to learn to pause, to learn to say, okay, I've done everything I can. I am now stepping back and pausing and watching you fulfill the how and the when. And I know you're never too late. I know I'm always in the right place at the right time. That is the magic of this week. And if we can use this energy to really focus on doing that consciously, consciousness is everything. If we can focus on doing that consciously, then we can bring this into our daily life. And how would your daily life change if you were able to sit back and rest and not be concerned about the how and the when? How many times have things worked out in our lives where we look back and we say, I could not have orchestrated that and synchronized that even with my greatest efforts? And we are just astonished. We're just astonished by how everything was lined up, how you were in the right place at the right time, how your partner showed up in the right place at the right time, how you both were in a place of desiring your other half, and then you met each other. And then magic happened. And you think, how? And that's just it. Or you go into your dream job, or that house you were looking for just happened to be standing empty for a whole year, and then you come on the scene and it's ready for you. There are so many times, and that's what we need to do. We need to look back into our past and remember those moments. When doubt comes, when uncertainty comes, we need to remember those moments and say, you know what? If the Creator's done it one time, he can do it again. I'm going to sit back and rest. I've done everything I can. Pray. I've done everything I can, Creator. If there's anything I haven't seen or done, then show it to me. Let's just do this prayer together, okay? I think this meditation, this prayer is going to be powerful to do together. So let's join forces. Unity. What is unity? It's about putting aside our ego and connecting to the likeness within each one of us. And that is the light of the Creator. And so right now, let us connect consciously to the light of the Creator that is in each and every one of us. And let's pray together and come into unison, in order that our prayers will exceed even what we can do alone, because at this point we're praying for each other. So thank you, Creator. Thank you for this unity. Thank you that we can come together before you with open hearts. And we've done everything. We've done everything to try to move along and to try to manifest the desires that are in our hearts, whether it's, our soulmate, whether it is the job we are looking for, whether it is, the purpose for our lives, whether it is the home, the perfect home we are desiring, whether it is a car that we're needing, whether it is children that are coming into their strength, whatever it is, we bring these desires before you now. And if there is anything that we need to still do to manifest this in the material, then reveal that to us now. If there is anything inside of us that is blocking us from being able to receive our desires, then reveal that to us as well. And we come before you in absolute certainty, after doing everything in our power. And we're coming to an absolute certainty and thankfulness, gratefulness in our hearts that you will bring it about in the perfect timing and in the perfect way. And this is what we're going into this week with, this knowing that we don't have to manipulate, we don't have to control, but we can sit back and rest in your loving embrace. Thank you so very, very much. If you need to go back to this prayer daily, more times a day if you need it, whatever it takes, so that you can experience that inner rest, that peace, that certainty. I wish you guys an amazingly powerful week and much success.